But I'm getting ready to put this on my small tent camper. It's a 14-inch rooftop vent with a 12-volt fan in it. This is the original. As you can see, it's got a broken hinge. So you go down the road, even though it's closed, it flops around, and plus it leaks. So I'm going to have to take out all these screws. But first I'm opened it up a little bit so I can crawl inside the camper. You can see I got it partially open. So I can make sure that I'm not going to run into a problem inside. And I'm going to have to run electrical. So I'm going to take a look inside. That's the original. I'm going to take off this trim piece, drop it down. I have electrical, see an electrical line there? Actually, until I started looking at this, I was thinking this had a fan in it, but I guess it just had a vent. But the fan will be nice. I think I may just crowd it over, move over this way, so it's out of the way, and it's closer to my wire. We'll see. Right now I'm going to go get a tool and take this off, see what's inside there. Now I'm going to go up on top. You don't want to put a lot of weight on it when it's partially up. There's nothing supporting it except those coil springs that are inside those tubes. So it's kind of like a the things remind me of a sewer snake, actually. Some of these screws didn't want to come out. They wanted to slip inside here. Harder than I thought. It's probably been on there for years. But then I remembered that this drill, see the hammer right there, has a hammer feature, and that makes it so much better to take hard screws out. Listen, you'll hear it. It's actually pounding on the screw. Well, I got all the screws out without having to fight it too hard, thanks to that hammer feature. Now I'm just going to take this putty knife and go around it and loosen it all up so I can pull this out in one big piece. Okay, this is the new one. Got a little tiny fan in there. It's got a little screen. The important thing is, or to me it's important, it has a little trim ring, even though it said it didn't come with one. It has a trim ring that comes up from the bottom. So this will be on the inside of the camper. So basically, it's going to sit like this. I want to make sure that this hinge, or whatever you call it, this little piece of tin, which is broke on the other one, is facing the wind when you're driving. I don't want the wind picking it up like this, so the wind will push it down before I mount it. The wiring, they've got it coming out close to the switch, but what I want, since this is going to be the front, I want the wire to come out here. So I'm going to have to take this apart slightly and move that wire over to come out here. That wire has to come out of there anyway. This is going to be on top. That would mean the wire would have to go across the top of the... Anyways, I'm going to take this, open this up, and bring that wire out here. This screen and this little piece of plastic are all held in with screws. So I'm just going to take the screws out and take the screen out. The only bad thing is that the switch is attached, so I'll have to take the switch out also. Okay, I took this little piece of plastic screen off. Took the switch out of the plastic. So now I can set this aside. Now I just got to trace around this. I'll see how off I was. I used this as a pattern, but now that I've got this piece of plastic that's actually going to go in that hole from the bottom up, now I can just trace around it, see if I'm even close. I'm just going to take my jigsaw and cut around on this green line. Okay, I got it to fit. I'd had to do a little trimming. As usual, I made the hole too small. It's a lot easier to make it bigger than it is smaller. And the supplier, they supplied me with a roll of like putty. It's got a paper base on it. I laid it down here and cut it off to fit. Let's see if I can get this paper off. The rest of the paper off, and then I'm going to apply liquid nails. I made a little outline of how far out this sticks, and I'm going to cover it up with liquid nails. Okay, I put the liquid nails in, put it on top and around that putty they supplied. So it's just sitting there right now. Now I'm going to go inside and attach the handle and the switch. Put the switch while I'm up here. Put the switch right down through that hole. This screw in right here. There's a screw right here that goes in. I put the switch in, and I've got the handle on, and I made sure that it goes up and down. As you can see, liquid nails is oozing up through the holes. I've already checked the screws. They have the square head, just so the square driver, just like the original. And I checked the length. As you can see, they just short of penetrating through. Okay, I've tightened these screws just enough to compress the liquid nails so it comes out. Once it starts hardening, now I'm going to go ahead and just attach all the rest of these screws around here. Just a little helpful hint that I've figured out. Rather than stick a screw in the end of this tube of liquid nails, or any tubes you're using, I used to always run a screw in there. Well, it always got hard after a long time. I found if I just put a piece of electrical tape across the top, it doesn't get hard. You can leave it in there for a year and open it up and it's still good. Simple fix. Put electrical tape over it. Good. Well, there it is, the finished product. It's a Heng, H-E-N-G. It actually moves quite a bit of air.